And so I kind of got to a point where the Lord had just really burdened my heart for young Christians because, again, it's like we have the truth of the Word of God. Well, many of you know, musical theater girl here, grew up in Northwest Arkansas, Bible Belt, went to school with a bunch of Christian kids. And then we went to college, and half my graduating class left the faith. And that was kind of like how is, why is this going on? Because we were taught everything that we needed to know to be prepared to go into our next seasons of life and to stand firm in our faith. So what's the disconnect? Like what's going on? And like what the Lord brought to my attention in that season and like my first 3 semesters of college, which also rolled into COVID, which everyone, that was pandemonium from like a socio-political standpoint. And our social media feeds were just filled of just like hyper political jargon. And it was kind of annoying, but it was also really sad. And there was a lot of deconstruction, like Christians that were like, what? I don't know how to boldly live out the truth of Christ as it applies to these hot button issues. And so that was like the disconnect. Like we can talk about our faith within the context of the church and with, among other Christians, but we don't actually know how to like apply the truth of the Word of God to the key issues of our day. So we're deconstructing our faith, and we're certainly not engaging in the conversations. And so I kind of got to a point where the Lord had just really burdened my heart for young Christians because, again, it's like we have the truth of the Word of God. So what if we like learn to stand and to use it? And I didn't really actually know what that would look like at all. I just knew that God was calling me into this like intersection of like faith, culture, politics. Send me. And then June of 2021, 4 years ago, the Lord was like, the Lord was just like, it just made it so clear that we have got to get these individuals, these people that I've been getting coffees and lunches with, we've got to get them together so at the very least they know that they're not alone, so that they can form iron sharpen iron, Daniel, Hananiah, Azariah, Mishael relationships where it's like, you're in Babylon, but they can't make Babylonians out of you because you know who you are and whose you are, and you have that rapport, you have that camaraderie with your friends who can pray with you can discuss with, you can be grounded and rooted as you, again, are having that like fellowship with believers. We needed a space where we could have conversations about these key issues of our days, these worldview issues, these apologetics issues that we are seeing on like a cultural mass scale. And so I was like, I'm not ready for that. And the Lord's like, I'm not asking you to be ready. I'm asking you to obey. Okay, word. So I texted all the friends that I'd been getting coffees and lunches with.